Sorry, we're going to brainstorm different ways that we can encourage students to have that mathematical mindset around the school. Finally, for building, we're going to build some social emotional learning and resiliency to learning games, protocols, and potentially clubs that can help build that self-confidence and that can build that social emotional learning. I really think it's important that every single grade, right down to kindergarten, starts working on that social emotional learning, and I don't see why we can't incorporate math games into it. So we're going to try and see what we can develop together. For evaluation, this one is where it begins to get a little bit complicated. I want to start at the beginning of the year finding out first what the teachers feel. How do the teachers perceive mathematics? From there, we are going to do a survey at the beginning, the middle, and at the end of the year. But the survey does have to look a little different depending on what grade you're in. Because for kindergarten, obviously, they can't fill out a Google survey. They can't fill out a Google form. They're in kindergarten. So I was hoping that perhaps we could develop together a more simple picture-based survey that we could see, how do the kids feel about math? Hopefully in kindergarten, they don't have any negative feelings yet. And hopefully we can encourage them from that age that it's a game, that's fun. So different evaluation methods. Again, we talked about Google Forms. We can send this to the staff. We can send it to the older kids as well. We can evaluate how the students perceive math periodically throughout the year as well, and we can do this by regular check-ins, just as classroom teachers or as teacher librarians. We can evaluate them based on anecdotal notes and observations in the class. Same with constant check-ins with staff and students, and we can also research which methods are working and which are not, and from there we'll adjust as necessary. For our timeline, so again, September, beginning of the school year, we're going to send out that Google form or that pictorial survey to the primary grades. We're going to find out how people are feeling about mathematics. Now, this is just when everything's getting settled, classes are getting organized, so it will be a pretty chaotic time. Hopefully, students will be coming off summer, they'll still be happy, they'll still be good, and they won't have gotten into the grind of school yet. From October, that's when we're really going to get into the meat of the issue. We're going to find out how students feel about it. Are they scared? Do they think it's pointless? Do they think it's useless? Like, what are their thoughts? Why do they have those thoughts? And perhaps we'll find out from them what went wrong, perhaps in their younger years, and we can correct it. By November, hopefully we'll have developed a full schedule of fun math activities and events that we can do with the whole school. Older students can create posters and it can be tied into our language arts units as well. And we can encourage that math can be fun. By the time Christmas rolls around, we're going to have hopefully at least one math night. This could be one big math night in the gym, or what I've seen successfully happen in the past is the classroom teacher gets their own parents in. The parents get to know the teacher better. The parents get to see exactly how that teacher teaches. The parents get to see what that teacher is doing at that grade level in their class. I've seen that work very, very successfully. The only thing is you just need those teachers to buy in. It would be amazing if potentially they could even get some relief time as a kind of thank you for coming in after hours, because in my experience, hosting it at around like 6 or 7 at night has been very successful after dinner, after supper. Just getting the teachers back at that time, because of course it's not contractually an obligation. From January, of course, we're going to have math events around the school. What we've seen before is right after Christmas, this is a great time to be doing a makerspace, a design challenge on STEM, or even like a cardboard challenge. And I'm sure that you could tie in like geometry, or some kind of like area and circumference unit into that, and you build something with it. And I find that right after Christmas, the kids are gearing to go, they're great, and they just like designing stuff. So for February, this is where we're going to do our mid-year check-in. We're going to see how staff and students are doing. We're going to hopefully sit on some classes and collaborate on improving their practices, and we're going to do that evaluation again to see if those practices need to be changed. So again, these practices can come in the form of Google Forms, they can come in the form of check-ins, they can come in the form of just like end of the day surveys. Cue cards are even great. We can do it whatever works best for our own classroom teachers. From March, we're going to analyze those results from the last survey, and we're going to present the findings as a staff. If they're effective, we're going to brainstorm more encouraging events around the school. And if they're not effective, maybe we can come up with some different ones, some different kind of types of them. And from there, we'll build from what works for our school. Towards the end of spring break, outdoor learning becoming more accessible. So proposing and suggesting and collaborating on these outdoor educational classes is key. That's how we're going to get the kids involved and make sure that math is not boring.